Hi, good morning everyone. I am Dr. Shivangi Maletia and I'm here today playing two roles simultaneously in front of you. Now my question for you is, whose script are you enacting today? As for me, I'm enacting two scripts at the same time. One is the script gifted to me by my parents, teachers, by the society, by the peer, by friends, which includes the paradigm of sustaining or acquiring an economic security first and then working on the other dimensions as per my dream chart. And that script is that of a dental surgeon. The second script, which I'm playing today, has been very keenly and intricately crafted by myself, using the pens of creativity and imagination on my own dream chart. That is that of a pageant queen. A queen, not because I've won an array of beauty pageants, but a queen because throughout this journey, I've learned to live a rich, a value-rich, and an entirely, absolutely fulfilling life, which I'm going to share with you today. Now, coming from very humble backgrounds, like most of us, 85% of us to 90% of us, we come from very humble backgrounds with our roots deeply embedded in the culture, yet struggling economy of our developing nation. So this paradigm of building up your financial backbone is something which we have in mind. And we always quantitate our success with the money which we end up earning, right? So the same happened with me. I dared not dream eccentric. I dared not think out of the box. And I very soon entered into the race, the rat race of gaining a medical degree. Because this was one of the best options given to me out of the few, like be a doctor or an engineer or architect or maybe a management student or maybe a chartered accountant. Beta, you can be a chartered accountant also, you learn well that ways. So I chose the medical profession because I like life. So yes, I became a dental surgeon, and to strengthen up my backbone even more, I very soon cleared my UPSC exams in 2010 and entered our honorable ministry, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Now in this ministry, my repertoire of patients ranges from someone who's a gardener or a peon working with the central government to somebody as esteemed as a bureaucrat or a minister working with the central government. So this range of patients gave me the idea of exploring more into my profession, much more than just relieving my patients of the physical pain they are suffering and delving deep into their personal lives and behaving as their psychological counselor as well. Especially for the married ladies and for the mothers. Because I somehow feel that they lose it all while traveling this life. They lose it all in playing those multitasking roles every now and then. Fine, so I got married in 2012 to this most wonderful, amazing, inspirational, full of life man called Kuldeep. He's also a dental surgeon with the same ministry. And in 2013, we both took up our greatest responsibility, that is of being parents to my little munchkin, Veer. He's my son. He's 3 years now. So this picture of his, that was the day when my life, full of content, happy, bed of roses, but lacking that spark called ambition, was on its way to see its first turbulence. This was exactly 12 days after my child's birth. I suffered over a very small tiff in the family. I suffered my first panic attack. Now, what is a panic attack? For most of you who don't know what is a panic attack, it is a medical situation in which there is an upsurge of feelings like fear, anxiety, so much so that it transverses like a wave of some sharp, excruciating pain throughout your body, right from your head till the tip of your toe. You shout, howl, cry bitterly behave so eccentric, lose your senses to make the bystanders believe that there's some kind of supernatural obsession over you. Suddenly there is a drop in blood pressure and you lose consciousness. And when you regain consciousness, you aren't able to remember any bit of your performance during the event. This was what happened to me. 15 days thereafter, there was another attack. The frequencies increased, the intensity worsened. This queen of yours was in that whirl of depression. My world devastated. I couldn't even gather the courage of looking into my child's eyes, who was wholly dependent on his mother, his first hero, his only confidant. He never had the right to do that because his mother was lying helpless like a lifeless mass, like a lifeless loath of mass. So that's what happened. And it continued for an awful period of 3 months, till one night, this angel of mine, he woke me up from my much disturbed sleep. He woke me up not with his cry, not with anything else, but with a touch of his hands. He was touching me all over the face, and he was trying to adjust his 15 inches vision, trying to struggle in this world without his mother's support. And he was somewhere making me realize that, Ma, I'm touching deep into you, the woman who's much more powerful, much more non-vulnerable and eloquent compared to this woman whom I'm seeing today. And when I looked back into his eyes with that guilt and frustration, he gave me his first smile. For most of us, it was a normal developmental milestone that he achieved, which usually the kids achieve at an age of 3 months. But for me, it was a complete moment of epiphany. I could see the difference. I could see that he's trying to convey the message that this special moment of my life, this very first, very important and crucial milestone, I have savored in for you, Ma, because I feel that you have the courage to reach out to the beauty of the world. And he gave me my first fundamental principle called proactivity. What is being proactive? He told me to take an initiative, to reach out to the help which is already available around us in the form of prints, in the form of CDs, audios. There's so much help. There's answer to every question around us, but we are lazy enough. We are into the seduction of mediocrity. We are into the seduction of taking life as it is coming. Oh, I'm one person who flows with the river. Yeah? This is how we show our coolness, the cool attitude. Oh, I don't take any tension. I flow along the river. So, why? Why to flow along the river? Why not against the flow? I am standing in front of you today at such a prestigious platform because I gathered the courage to flow, to challenge the flow of the river and to actually start swimming against its flow. I had to restructure, rewire, and reschedule my entire propaganda. Because according to some great researchers like Mr. Robin Sharma, like Mr. Stephen Covey, these people tell you that your days are a miniature of your life. So if you want to change your lives, you have to change your daily patterns. So I created some effective habits for myself, ranging from a powerful morning schedule, powerful morning ritual, expelling quantums of energy to follow the strict discipline throughout my day. I gave time to the most important aspect of our lives, which we all neglect. That's called self-growth. I gave time for a proper meditation, for a proper yoga, for proper exercising, for reading and gaining knowledge. I changed my focus from something called entertainment or something which was really depressive, destructive, devastating, to something which was really creative, constructive, and full of life. And one such activity, which actually made me move my focus and change my paradigms, is opening into my world of colorful dreams. I behaved childlike again. I started journaling my thoughts, my dreams on my dream chart. And the first dream to pop out was pageantry. I was always, as a kid, since '94, when Sushmita Sen won her Miss India Universe title and eventually Miss Universe, I had been an ardent follower of pageantry. So I shared this dream with my very understanding husband, and he said, go ahead. But of course, we all have that element of insecurity and fear, and as someone mentioned in the speeches before, that shadi karke ghar pe baithna types, na? So that fear always had in my mind, and I ended up asking my husband, will you allow me, Kuldeep? He laughed back at my face and said, Shivangi, if you allow yourself, then no one can stop you. You will be unstoppable. Just allow yourself. And trust. I got my second trust, my second principle called self-awareness. I came to know who I am and what was I all about. I came to gather the courage with which I had to follow my dreams ahead. 95 kgs in weight, with a child in hand, I dared to see a dream which was 6 months ahead of me. That was Mrs. India Worldwide 2014. I made it a point, created a focus, and gathered determination to actually reduce my body weight, change my paradigms, behave much more maturely, and create a central core which was stronger and which was non-vulnerable to any other disturbances outside, including my own panic attacks. The panic attacks were very much existing, but they got to know their position. They were cornered at a side because there was no one looking at them. They felt ignored, and anything which feels ignored and you don't care about it, especially the situations which you cannot change in life, you should just embrace them. Embrace them softly, and they won't disturb you ever. They'll know what their position is. So the same thing happened with me, and with the help of self-talking, loud self-suggesting, keeping myself always in the auto-suggestion mode, making myself responsible, response-able. I was able to decide my own responses to the various circumstances. I was able to start scripting my own destiny. And when you proclaim such powerful paradigms in the universe makes sure to supplement your energies and to complement your cause. This is what happened with me. The magic soon began to erupt, and I got my first game-changing cornerstone. I was invited at the sets of Kaun Banega Crorepati Season 8. That was the first milestone I achieved. It was the first miracle that was created by me in my life. I'm not here, I'm not being anyways boasting, or I'm not being non-humble here or arrogant here by saying that was a miracle created by me. But sometimes in life you have to challenge the circumstances. Sometimes you have to challenge yourselves. You have to see that bag of opportunities in your own troubles. And I saw that. You have to find pride in your prejudice. And I found my pride. So there I was, standing with the legend on the sets of the mega blockbuster TV series called KBC. And I shared my dream with that most humble real-life hero, more than real-life hero. And I told him, sir, I want to give this bombastic start to my new dream career, as I feel that I have been reborn in the past few months as I've realized the woman in me. So please, can you please perform my first ramp walk? Can you please perform this ramp walk with me for the first time so that I get this beautiful start to this career of mine? And he said yes. And I was there walking my first ramp walk with the legend himself. Isn't that less than a miracle that could happen to anyone? Someone who was deep into this whirl of depression, struggling hard to find her own identity. 6 months thereafter, she was there with the legend of the world. Simultaneously, the main dream, that is pageantry, it was taking its shape. I very soon cleared my auditions for Mrs. India Worldwide 2014, and I was there amongst the top 3 winners. I won my first pageant. Now, pageantry. Pageantry, I'm sure there are many of you here who are sitting and thinking since morning, oh, what this model is going to say, man. I mean, models are just bimbos. What this pageant queen kind of a thing, they have nothing else to do in life. Or maybe she's a dental surgeon, dentists are no good. I mean, MBBS is better, haven't you heard that, guys? So, you know, these kind of thought processes, these kind of thinking patterns, it always creates that conspiracy around you. But let me tell you, pageantry is something much more deeper and much more an evolutionary tool compared to anything else around us right now. Because it has got a straight-cut entry into the world of fame. You can demonstrate any of your new ideas through pageantry to the world straight off. For me, pageantry was a great evolutionary process. It transformed me, a woman, from someone who was very much into the mediocrity of life to someone who actually found the purpose larger than life. Through pageantry, you can gain a lot of things. To start up with, you have that precision of thoughts because you have to think impromptu on the stage. So you're surrounded by, physically, by a 500 plus group of people, elite class people from the city or from the industry to millions and trillions of people through the world of media. So you have to be impromptu. You have to convert your thoughts very, very tactfully and very, very interestingly into words. So that's something which will help you not only during the finale day, but also through your personal and professional lives on an everyday basis. And very importantly, pageantry, through these training sessions which we receive while being in a pageant, it gives you every and each opportunity to look into yourself, do self-introspection at every level, helps you create a very good dogma consisting of your positive characters, consisting of your strengths or the strengthening points in your character, and devise them in a way to take over your weaknesses. So this is what pageantry is all about. And for me, the purpose which I was talking, greater than life or larger than life purpose, was actually to encourage and inspire other women by making them go through this passage of pageantry.